My name is Kevin Stunek. I'm the fire chief here in Brainerd, Minnesota. I've been involved with the fire department over 36 years. It's kind of a family tradition. My father was a fireman for 20-some years, and I've had a brother who was on the department for 22 years, so it's kind of in my blood. The biggest difficulties, I think, are just managing the budget, trying to make ends meet. You know, we're always being asked to cut. In emergency services, you can only cut so much, where it starts to affect response time, it starts to affect public safety, and it starts to affect the citizens of the community. We've got a lot of charitable organizations in the community, service clubs, JCs, those kind of things, and we work with them very closely in helping them sponsor events and work for them when they do have events. In return, a lot of times they will donate money to us that we in turn try to use for rescue tools. They help us greatly in keeping our operation going.
My name is Kurt Dory, and I work for Brainerd Fire Department in Brainerd, Minnesota. We were in need of some automatic external defibrillators, or defibs, and we didn't have the budget money for it. And with working with the charitable gaming, we were able to obtain 3 of them, plus a training unit. So not only could we train our own people, but we could also use it to train the public too. It was a head-on collision. It was nighttime. She had hit a pole. Had I not been there, or the crew that I was with had not been there, and not had the machine that we had, or had the crew that we had not been there, this person may or may not be alive. And it's nice to see a patient that you had 2 years ago walk up to you at the mall, you know, if you're in plain clothes, and they walk up to you and they say, "Do you remember me?" It's just kind of a nice feeling to know that you did something, or the crew that you were with did something, and this person is still alive because of it.
My name is Charlie Dunham, and I'm a firefighter, fire equipment operator for the city of Brainerd. We, many years, went without defibrillators and some rescue equipment we needed, and a lot of this stuff is as a direct result of pull tabs and everything else, so that they can give something back to the community. And what better tool is to give back to the community than to be able to save a life? Personally, I kind of hit home almost 2 years ago. I was on duty, and I heard a phone call, or a radio transmit calling the ambulance out to an address that sounded real familiar. When I looked up the address, I realized why it was so familiar. It was my sister's house. My sister had gone into ventricular fibrillation on her birthday. She was on the ground. It was a total of, I want to say, 55 minutes that she was down. And it was 55 minutes that she was down. She was shocked 5 times. To see somebody come back and start breathing on their own again, and starting to see color come back in her face, there's no describing it. I mean, it's what we are here for, and what we live for, and what we train every day, and that's what we train for. You know, that's our job.